Hey guys, TheEnFenn here, and here's the deal. Every Wednesday, I'm going to bring a topic from my life. I'm going to talk about something in my life, something that's happened in my life, something that might happen, yada yada yada. Um, and something that hopefully you guys can learn from, or hopefully I can educate you guys on how to deal with something. And I had another topic planned, but I went through the commentary twice completely, and I just realized that I wasn't 100% sure if putting it up would be the best idea in the world. It was about dealing with breakups and stuff. Not specifically my last one, but just dealing with them in general. Um, but then I came across this one, and I realized that now is a better time than ever to do it. And this is about my grandfather. If you guys do not know, I think I explained a little bit a while ago. He has mouth cancer, or I think they got all the cancer. I'm not sure. But he's had like lung cancer and maybe some other things. I think lung cancer. I think that's all he's had. He smoked and dipped, um, and it's sad because I think he got through lung cancer. Okay, I mean he did. But he's so much older now than when he had that. He is actually because of the mouth cancer and some other stuff. He's lost all the teeth in his mouth, all of them. And when I mean all of them, I mean they're all gone. And you may say, well, why doesn't he just get dentures? Because when you make dentures, dentures attach to maybe like leftover teeth or whatever, so they can form like hopefully an entire jaw. But he doesn't have any teeth, and frankly, his jaw's not in shape, I guess, to do what it needs to, and there's even bone exposed inside of his mouth. So basically, if you look inside his mouth, you can see his jawbone, which I didn't look, but and also if I sound kind of sad, it's obviously why thinking about stuff like this kind of gets me upset. But I'm not gonna cry. I don't usually cry. I don't think I have about him yet because I guess there's still a little bit of hope out there. Um, and that's kind of what I'm holding on to right now is just the hope of him getting better, and that's that. But quick note on the gameplay, guys. This is from my friend. There was a host migration and stuff. The thing got cut off at the end. It was a good gameplay. That's about all I'm gonna say. But basically, guys, my grandfather has been very ill for the past, I think, year or so, and he actually made a comment that he wanted to live to see the day of his 25th anniversary with my step-grandmother, I guess. And just to put that in perspective for you guys, that was last week. So it's kind of sad to think about how he met his quota, I guess, for that. And he also said he wanted one more Christmas, which he got. I don't know if that means next Christmas or this past one. I think it means this past one. Hopefully next Christmas too, but um, that's that. And I also feel for my grandmother, or step grandmother. I'm just gonna call her my grandmother because she is. And I'll get more into that later. But it's kind of sad to think about how someone who has been in your life so long is going, and how I'm dealing with it, and how you guys may be able to deal with it. Because some people think that, let's say, your dog dies and you're really sad. Some people may just say, oh, well, that's no big deal, right? It's just a dog. When a grandparent dies, some people treat it as a dog, like it's just your grandparent. They were gonna go sooner or later. But when a parent dies, people are very sympathetic. So it's very different, depending on how close you are to them. And my grandfather and I love my grandfather, obviously. And there's actually a picture I'm looking at right now of me when I was probably 3 or 4. I was sitting on top of a dog, and my grandfather's sitting there and he's smiling, and he's looking at me, and I'm looking at the camera, and I'm on top of the dog, and he's kind of like holding the dog or whatever. And I don't know. It's sad. It is. It's kind of depressing to think about. How much longer do I have with him? Um, but how am I dealing with this? Hope. Hope is something that you really need when going through something like this. You need hope. You need to hold on to it. You need to cling on to it. You need to hold on to it for dear freaking life if you want to get through what you're going through. Whether it be, a breakup like I was talking about, um, a death of a close family member, a death of a faraway family member, and by close I mean like a sibling or mother, father, whatever, and then far away, I mean like, grandfather, maybe dog, I guess. I'm not comparing my girlfriend, my grandfather to a dog. I'm just saying, which maybe there's a third spectrum, which is pets, I guess. But hope is something you need to cling on to, because let's say you go through a breakup. What you need to cling on to is that eventually you'll get better. Eventually you may, let's say a girl breaks up with you. Eventually you'll find another girl. Eventually you have the hope of maybe finding a better girl, maybe finding a girl that is prettier or something like that. Hold on to that hope and ride with it, because if you don't, you're not gonna go far in this world. No, but another thing I want to talk about my grandfather is my hope for my grandfather is because he, like I said, doesn't have any teeth in his mouth, and his jaw will disintegrate eventually. So he's having this surgery where they cut a bone out of his leg and then shape it to his jaw and then basically put it in his jaw so that it can, I guess, act as a jaw, which if it goes successfully might be really good. And maybe he can get dentures then, I don't know. But I do think that'll make him a little disfigured, because obviously carving something out of the leg might not be resemble the closest thing to a jaw. And part of me was a little thinking that it might be a little controversial to release this information on YouTube, but I realized, you know what, there's nothing to hide, honestly. I can't get in trouble for talking about, my grandfather, because I do think that, I don't want to say that I think that he's not going to last much longer, because I still have that hope, but, part of me thinks, if he does go soon, hopefully I can be prepared for it. Hope. It's a great thing, because let's say he does pass. Where does my hope go? My hope goes into other things. It's like, I hope he's happy in heaven. I hope he's, happy watching over us. I hope that he's doing good. I guess in heaven, like I was saying. Sorry, I'm just kind of gets me upset to think about it. But it's kind of weird to do my very first serious topic, and by serious I mean like very serious, and dealing with death. I don't really know how to do it. I've had very few people die in my family. I have had I think the last incident was probably when I was in 8th grade, and that's when these two guys, I didn't know one of them, and then the other guy I kind of knew, like I saw him in the hallways. I literally remember talking to him once, and basically they walked out onto a frozen pond, and it wasn't frozen all the way, or frozen enough rather, and it broke. I think there were 3 guys, there was 1 survivor, and basically what happened is they all fell in to the water, and then they couldn't get back out. I think it was a lake, so obviously it's gonna be black, so you can't really see anything. And then I think one of the kids that actually died was able to get out of the water, but then he realized that the other kid who passed away was not out yet, and dove back in to get him, and they both ended up passing away. And I remember crying my eyes out when that happened, because it was just something sad. I remember the first day back to school, I remember as soon as I walked in, there was one teacher holding a girl who was just bawling her eyes out. And I know I'm running over the gameplay. I'm sorry. I don't think you guys will care. But it's sad. It's really sad to think about. But hope is something you need to hold on to. I hope they're doing good in heaven. Hopefully they have mansions in heaven. I mean, they were football players. Hopefully they're playing football. I don't know. And this No Fun Friday is actually going to be about religion, and it's very controversial, but I'm going to do it because it's what I believe in. And so, long story short, my grandfather hopefully will make a recovery. I don't know if he will. I will, if something happens to where it's like he's for sure going to be okay, or he's just didn't make it, I will make another video. I don't want to get views off of the death of my grandfather. That's just something horrible. That's not what I'm doing now. Um, I don't know. I just cling on to hope, guys. You know, you can use it for everything, and honestly, it's you fail a test, you have hope to bring it back up. You know, get destroyed on YouTube by another commentator, you have hope to get your ratings back up. Hope. It's something that everybody needs. And I know it's been kind of a depressing topic, and you know, maybe if you guys could just leave like a comment down below, like, you know, hopefully it gets well soon or something. Maybe next time I could see I saw him, maybe I could like print out the comments and just give it to him. Maybe that would be a good gesture. Um, but other than that, guys, rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.